Hi, in this video we'll be looking at number patterns. And in this little drawing over here, we can see we're going from 14 to 12 to 10. So what are we doing? We're actually subtracting 2 each time. So from 10, we're going to end up with 8, then 6, and then subtracting another 2 gives us 4. Alright, similarly, have a look at these flags over here. We'll be able to work out the number pattern for each of them. So quite simply, patterns occur in mathematics and they can be described using algebra. Looking at this number pattern 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and on and on and on. And from this number pattern we know that to get our next number we're adding 2 each time, and so that would go on. And so we could turn this into an algebraic expression by saying the number, and each time we are going to add 2 to it. And if I wanted to find what the next value or next number was going to be over here, I could simply say, well, x is 10, because that I know, and I'm going to add another 2 to it. So it's going to be 10, add 2, so the next number in the sequence is going to be 12. And does that seem right? Well, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, add another 2 gives me 12, and I reckon that's correct. Another way we can do it is having a look at this sequence of numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We could say that this first number is term 1, and this would be term 2, this would be term 3, term 4, term 5, 6, 7, 8, and so it goes on. Okay. And if we know what the rule is, we know that this is 2, 4, 6, 8, so it's actually our 2 times tables. I'll describe that algebraically and I'll say, well, term 1 multiplied by 2 is equal to 2, and that would be that number over there. Term 2 now, so term 2 multiplied by 2 is going to give me 4, and that would be correct. Term 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6, and that's correct. Term 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8, and once again that's correct. And 5, or term 5 multiplied by 2 is equal to 10, and that one would be correct. Alright. Now if I wanted to find out what my 8th term was, I could simply go 8, term 8 multiplied by 2 would be 16. And let's see if that would be correct. We're going up in 2s, so term 6 is going to be 12, 14, 16. Is that correct? Yes, it is. So we got it correct. So let's look at a different sequence of numbers, 5, 7, 9, and we don't know what the next ones are. So we have to create some type of rule that is true for each of these numbers. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down my terms. So term 1, term 2, term 3. And I want to know what else I've got to add to term 1 to make it equal 5. I could simply say 1 times 5, and that would give me 5, but 2 times 5 is 10, so I'm going to have a bit of a problem getting to 7. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 1 times 2. Alrighty, and then I'm going to add 3 to that, because 1 times 2 is 2, add 3 is equal to 5. And let's see if that holds true for 7. So if I go 2 times 2, so term 2 multiplied by 2, 2 2s are 4, plus another 3, yep, that equals 7. Alright, so far those two are correct. Let's see if it works for term 3. So term 3 multiplied by 2, 2 3s are 6. Plus another 3, 6 plus 3 is equal to 9, and that holds true for the third term. So I reckon I've got my rule correct, and can therefore solve any number that is next in the pattern. So let's imagine we want to find out what the next one is, and that obviously is going to be term number 4. Okay, so term 4 multiplied by 2 plus 3 should give me whatever this next number is. Okay, so let's figure that out. 2 4s are 8, plus 3 gives me 11, and 11 should be the next one. Alrighty. What about term 5? 5 times 2 plus 3. 5 2s are 10, plus 3 is 13. And I think we've pretty much got that right. Alright, well, here is a number sequence. And what you need to do is you need to solve what the number pattern is. Okay, so using the information that we've just learned, put the video on pause and see if you can come up with a number pattern that is going to be correct for each of these terms, and see if you can find what the fourth term is. Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Alright, well, the first things first, put down your term numbers. So that's term 1, term 2, term 3. I'll put term 4 down because I'll solve that shortly. And I'm going to say 1, or term 1, multiplied by 4 plus 1. And that will give me 5. And let's see if that holds true for term 2. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is equal to 9. So far, so good. Right, term 3, 3 times 4, so term 3 times 4 plus 1, so 4 3s are 12, plus 1 is equal to 13, and so far I've got all of these guys correct, so I reckon my pattern is correct. So term 4 will be 4 times 4 plus 1, so 4 4s are 16, plus 1 is equal to 17, so the next one over here is going to be 17, and that would be correct. Alright, so the idea behind number patterns is really trying to find a rule that would be true for each of the terms, and therefore you'd be able to find each of the numbers in the sequence. Hope that helps.